Hello. I'd like to share with you my thoughts on understanding the dilemma of revised morals. So many cannot consider the truths underpinning veganism. This is because doing so automatically requires an accompanying awakening to the evils of their own past habitual conduct. Meat and dairy farmers, those working in slaughterhouses, meat processing plants and other such places, cannot afford to recognise the extent of their wrongdoing, as such admittance would be catastrophic to their self-perception and suicide to their assumed identity. In fact, the method by which such industries keep their heads above the waters of their conscience, despite the ever-increasing evidence of the sentience of their animal captives, is to increasingly confirm their perspectives via every aspect of their social, economical and personal investments. If we are to fully affirm our disposition as vegans, we need to allow our compassion to extend to those in this predicament, of being trapped by dependence upon an ideology of carnism in order to avoid the agonizing guilt of gut-wrenching self-disgust that could arise from acknowledging the true extent of their immorality. It is a leap of faith indeed for a person to change their perspective in such a way as to render them exposed to extreme self-ridicule and the likelihood of being painted with the brush of hypocrisy. The quickening of a mass shift to veganism necessitates an equal change of perspective and attitude amongst established vegans. The animosity so commonly expressed by vegans towards the meat and dairy industries triggers defence and counterattack, driving deeper the conviction of self-righteousness amongst farmers and their associates. The anger, resentment and hatred commonly projected towards these perpetrators of the zoological holocaust must be replaced with compassionate understanding of their predicament. In practical terms, this translates as the graceful gift of absolution and palpable support and encouragement towards making more educated choices. Just as those who withhold love are the most needy of being loved, those who shout are the most needy of being heard, those who are narcissistic being the most needy of attention, so are those in occupations involving the terrorizing and murder of animals most in need of help in connecting with the most sensitive, vulnerable and worthy facets of themselves from which they have become so terribly estranged. Vegans need to adopt new approaches when educating the resistant. These approaches include assurance that the immense rewards for making new choices in diet and occupation, based on a desire to be more kind, loving and compassionate human beings, are far greater than any guilt or self-reproach that may arise from doing so. This is simply spiritual law. Adopting this revised way of relating to those connected with the meat and dairy industries opens the doors to creative educational initiatives. By diverting the beam of focus away from the wrongdoing and using it instead to illuminate their hibernating generic compassion, many souls will heal. Compassion and empathy are magnets to matching energies, in accordance with basic science, like attracts like. In order to draw subconscious benevolence into conscious expression, the educator or therapist must demonstrate the very same qualities. Like attracts like. Activists who emit the low vibrations of rage and revenge will draw exactly those same energies from the people whom they're trying to convert to the high vibrations of compassion, empathy, love and kindness. As vegans, we are on the cutting edge of humanity's evolution. Let us put down our weaponry and lead by example. Let us lead the way with our hearts.